The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Fall River Waterfront Cultural District. First, I want to thank Mayor Coogan to the Waterfront District. This is the 50th such district in the Commonwealth, and I want to thank him for his support of the Hydrangea project in the Cultural District. The Hydrangea project was started 5 years ago through an initiative of Westport resident Dave DeLima. Dave came to Creative Arts Network with this project in 2018 after shopping it around and approaching some other sponsors. Since the beginning, we have formed multiple partnerships and relationships with groups and organizations throughout the city, including City of Fall River, Battleship Cove, MassDOT, Mass Coastal Rail, DCR, where we are here today, Department of Conservation and Recreation, Fall River Municipal Credit Union, and many others. Over the past several years, this one Creative Arts Network project has planted close to 600 hydrangeas, over 100 lavender plants, dozens of flowers in large urns throughout the cultural district, including cement urns at the gates of the city. In fact, right behind me, we've just, in the last couple of months, planted 86 hydrangeas here at DCR. As you all know, plants, and especially hydrangeas, require continuing watering. To address that need, we installed a unique watering system here at DCR. It's one of the few in the area. This singular can project is transforming the downtown and waterfront and is evidence of how a small group of dedicated individuals with minimum resources can affect real change in the community. All we're asking is that the mayor continue his support by making sure that the city areas are watered and maintained on a regular schedule in the area, including the gates of the city, both the cement and black urns, Route 79 connector, City Hall urns, Old 2nd Street urns, 3rd Street urns, and the Bedford Street urn. By supporting this partnership with Creative Arts Network, it continues to advance our core mission of supporting arts, culture, and tourism, and improving economic development in our city. As the last frontier in the city, we all know that the future of Fall River lies right here on the waterfront. As I've said so often, so goes the waterfront, so goes the City of Fall River. It's my pleasure to introduce the Mayor of the City of Fall River, Paul Coogan. I didn't call you Mike this year either.
Been called worse. First of all, I want to say how great this project looks down here, and here comes some hydrangeas right now across the bridge. So it's really special to see the work that's going on with this project across the city, and it's really added some nice color and a touch of beauty to a city that is always looking for things to improve the quality of life for everyone. To that end, I have a proclamation that we're going to read today, and it's from the City of Fall River. Whereas, while hydrangeas aren't native to the Azores, historians believe the plant arrived in the U.S. courtesy of immigrants from the Azores in the mid-1900s. Whereas, one of the distinct attributes of Fall River is its long history of Azorean culture and our strong ties to Portugal. And whereas a group of volunteers met to start the conversation of a hydrangea beautification program in the City of Fall River. Whereas much work has been done with state stakeholders like Heritage, businesses, organizations, neighborhood groups, and additions to identifying locations for plantings. And whereas the goal to start is to plant in various areas throughout the waterfront and downtown Fall River, eventually making its way through many of our neighborhoods. Whereas these areas are particularly important now that the Massachusetts Cultural Council voted to approve the Commonwealth's 50th designated cultural district on the waterfront in Fall River. And whereas a clean, attractive city is an asset to economic development, it improves the quality of life, and it enhances the experience for our visitors. I, therefore, Paul Coogan, Mayor of the City of Fall River, do hereby proclaim June 25, 2024 as Hydrangea Day. Congratulations, Dave.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you.
I believe that concludes this year's Hydrangea presentation project. Do we have Sandra? All right, well, sorry.
No, I just have a few words to say. First of all, I want to thank the mayor, Paul Coogan, for his continued support of the Hydrangea Day and the Waterfront Cultural District. I'd also like to thank Pete Daly from People Incorporating, David Lalima. I would have to say that these are our 4 main partners in this at the beginning. But like our tourism initiative and marketing efforts for the Waterfront Cultural Districts, it's nice to see that things are starting to catch on. I'm happy to say that this program has inspired other groups and individuals to beautify other areas throughout the city with flowers and planters. Through our marketing efforts, the Waterfront Cultural District has seen an increase of an activity. But in addition to the planting efforts, we are expanding into other projects, such as developing a brochure that will be available online and throughout the areas of the city, highlighting the Hydrangea project. We have it in rough draft form now, but this brochure will be available. There will be signs placed at various locations identifying the species for people to come by and learn. There's a sample which will be a little bit different than that. We'll be working with the Girl Scouts in April and August here at DCR on a planting project as part of their badge ceremony. And we will be implementing a volunteer program and an Adopt a Spot program. To learn more about it, you can go to my email or call or text. But again, I do want to thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your support of this project, and I want to support you, your support of the Waterfront Cultural District. We really appreciate it. But what I'd like to do is have Pete come up and say a few words. Seeing that he was our first partner sponsor with this program, and Pete, your sign will be going up around the downtown area.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sandy. Peter Daly from People Incorporated. So Sandy thanked People Incorporated, and of course we're happy to support the project both financially and with the manpower. We do have people in the programs who are literally getting their hands dirty and helping with the Hydrangea project, and we've done it for over 5 years now. So Sandy thanked People Incorporated, but we'd also like to thank Sandy and Dave Dennis and Dave Lalima for all the work that they've put into this project. I especially like to give a special shout out to Dave Lalima because David has, under the radar, helped to beautify one of People Incorporated's homes in the region. We have several homes throughout the region. There happens to be one that's approximately close to where Dave lives, and he's really helped out the residents by beautifying it with hydrangeas and filtration and water and everything that goes along with what a house should look like, and then some. So David Lalima has done exceptional work for the city, but also People Incorporated. So thank you. You know, the project has come a long way because of the Creative Arts Network, and People Incorporated has sponsored the Creative Arts Network in several initiatives, but this is probably the most standout and long-lasting that we've had, and we're happy to do that. And on a closing note, I happen to have a friend who's in the Azores today, and he took a video that he put on Facebook driving on what looks like a highway in the Azores, but it is just covered with hydrangeas. And it's like driving through a wall of pink and blues, and that's the vision that Sandy and David have had for Fall River, and we're getting there. You know, it really does link us with our Azorean neighbors figuratively. But it's really good to see things like this come together. So we're happy to be a part of it, and we thank you.
I just want to say Pete was one of the diggers on the day we put in the 86 hydrangeas here. So Pete played a big part of that, so I appreciate it.
I didn't wear this white shirt that day, but thank you.
Dave, why don't we get our hydrangea guy here just to say a couple of words about what we've done here. So Dave Lima from Westport.
It's delightful to be here after 3 or 4 or 5 years of trying to take an idea and make it reality. We know how hard, for anyone who has an idea, how difficult it is to make an idea real. And this project started out to connect the city with its Azorean background and planting a specific kind of hydrangea called the macrophylla, which grows new growth on old wood. That's very important to remember, new growth on old wood. And it was more work and more difficult, but the reward was that we connected with our sister city in the Azores, and we learned the ins and outs of the difficulty of growing hydrangeas on a large scale. Here it is 4 or 5 years later, and you can see that there are hydrangeas of all kinds in many places. I think we're independent from and in concert with other efforts in this city to give people hope, whether it's through art, whether it's through murals, whether it's through plantings, or putting lavender on the middle of Main Street. Whatever it is that gives people an idea that something positive is going on is to everyone's benefit. And that's sort of what motivated me to come to this city that I sort of adopted. Now, what is behind me is something very different. This is a paniculata. This is not a macrophylla. This is not a blue hydrangea. This is what we'll call, this is a paniculata, not a macrophylla. And what paniculatas do is they grow on new growth on new wood. That's very different from new growth on old wood, which requires a different kind of calculus. So this is no maintenance. I have these at my house. This is an unbelievable plant. It starts out white, it's going to turn pink, and then it's going to turn red. There's hardly any plant that you know that has 3 colors in one season. And they're going to grow, as my friend Mal at Heritage says, they're fierce growers. You prune them back, they go back up. So in several years, you're going to be standing over there and you're going to see this sea of red at some point in time. And I don't know if there's another place in South Coast that has this many hydrangeas in one place. So this is going to be the first, we hope, of other attractions for people to come to the city and see things that they don't normally see in other places. Now, why this is going to work, we think, is because there is a ring around each one of these hydrangeas. There's 86 hydrangeas. We put a ring, it's an Israeli system netafrim that has calibrated filters every 12 inches. And it's hooked up to a faucet over there and a timer. And every day at 6 o'clock in the morning, we hope, with the hope of keep our fingers crossed with the state, that every morning at 6 o'clock, 1 hour of watering, very low watering. I know it works. I have them in my house. I'm confident we will see these year after year after year. So I'm excited about it because this is another iteration of where we're going, this right here. And I think people are going to come to this park at some point and they're going to be blown away by how beautiful this is going to look. That's my hope. I want to thank everybody for tolerating my passion and interest in trying to make this place a more beautiful place because I love this city. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And just finally, I just want to thank the staff here at Heritage State Park who are absolutely outstanding in their support. We see Mo, Jim, and the rest of the staff here at Heritage State Park. Very, 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 very good partners and very big supporters of this project and many others. So with that, if there's nobody else, Jim, do you want to say a couple of words?
On behalf of DCR, Department of Conservation and Recreation, and the Fall River Heritage State Park, Mo Levesque, Supervisor, we just want to thank the Waterfront Cultural District. Thank you. This is going to change the park for years to come. We really appreciate it. We appreciate all the support we get from them and the Creative Arts Network. And I invite everybody to come back to the park to enjoy the park this summer. Lots of activities, fireworks next week. Come back to Fall River Heritage State Park and just enjoy the summer with us. So thank you again, Sandy, Dave, and crew. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that will conclude the program. Appreciate the media for being here. Again, Mayor Coogan for coming. Have a great day.